Answer me this though, Killer. When was that music bug hit you? When did that hit you? When was the point that you said, you know what, I need to start snapping in this thing?
I knew I was gonna be a rapper. I was 9 years old.
Get out of here, man.
I knew I was gonna be a rapper. That's all I wanted to do. I wanted good. My grandmother sent me out with folk, you know, the carpenter, the electrician, they all brought me back say the same thing. So they got a great personality, a sweet kid, but he ain't much good for nothing, you know, but talking. So, you know, I knew pretty much for me, I couldn't be no breakdance. I couldn't figure out a backspin with his belly. But I figured out how to talk enough shit, swallow enough spit, man. They let me hang around, you know.
Yeah.
And I got to thank my man Gigi, who actually here with me now.
Gigi?
Yeah.
Already.
About 13, I probably had to be about 13 years old.
Yeah.
And he had moved down from Connecticut.
Yeah.
And our other homeboy, Terrence, from South Carolina, but his family was out in New York. So they was closer to hip hop. Like I liked all rap. I had a special place in my heart for East Coast hip hop too. I really liked the wordplay and stuff. So they was the first people who took me to the studio. And I'll never forget going, and I was being so curious, I was just touching. Yeah. And I remember the guy came to pull Jesus aside, said, "Don't bring him back." You know? He said, "Don't bring him back." And Gigi fought for me. And you know, they took me in under their wing, and I'm blessed. That's still my friends to this day.
Exactly.
You know, so I'm blessed. I'm really blessed.
Starting off as a freestyler though, Killer though. I mean, what was that like coming off the top of your head and then realizing that I need to learn how to formulate these songs out
he
here?
taught me how to write in bars too. Like Gigi taught, I didn't know how to write in bars. Yeah, I just freestyle. I didn't know nothing. You know, I lived in Allenville. I was living in Car Heights. Like, wasn't nobody rapping. It was folk working. It was folk like doctors and lawyers in the enclave. And it was folk working the concrete and brick yard. But wasn't nobody giving no damn about no DJing and no LCing but me.
My God.
You know, and Gigi said, well, man, he said, you good. I just go in the booth. He said, man, that's good, but you know how many bars you got. I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. So he taught me the difference between the 8 or 16, 24 bars, rapping on time, double time. Yeah. You know, he taught me. And then I was just a willing student. I wanted to know, so I learned all I could. And then I just
went off. See, my whole thing is this, Killer. What I'm about to say, it might get crazy, but I mean, I'm going to just keep it real. When I heard that Whole World song, it was a verse on that thing. Hey, you came in there and rode that track like your life depended on it.
Because it did.
Talk to me, Killer. When you heard that track, man, what was it that made you say, I love you, Cass, but class is in session?
No, I had to, like, you rapping with somebody, you rapping with the world's greatest rap group. Facts. So first of all, you getting in the middle of a chemistry that people love already. Ooh. You know, so it ain't no question of how they gonna feel about Big and Dre. Yeah. The only variable in here is me. You know, so don't fuck this up. You know what I mean? I can remember they was doing the deluxe edition or some kind of additional. They had additional records and stuff, and Big, they were going out. I think they might have been going to the General Club or something. Big said, "Hey man, you know, you might want to stick around and listen, you know, to this record, see about getting on it." And I elected to stay instead of going out and working. And I never forget, you know, player, I grind. When it came to me, it was just like, oh, this is. Like I knew I had to ride, because you're not gonna out smooth Dre. Yeah. And you know, whether it's deep or not, it's gonna be perceived as deep with Dre. So it's like, you know, you can't get this nigga skinny, handsome, this nigga wear wigs. Like you're not gonna outdo that. So, and you're not gonna out pattern and out cool Big Boi. You know what I mean? You not. You know what I mean? God. Next time he left a throat warm in the dorm room with the AU. Like you're not gonna say no more pimp shit than that. But what I knew I had an aggressive ride. I knew I was hungry. And I knew I was clever, you know what I'm saying, when I said the Randy Moss line, I knew it was money, you know.
Come on, I knew I had running like Randy Moss in this thing. How the hell did you even link up with Cass though?
I was Big Boi's little brother's punk ass homeboy, man. You know, like for real, just James, man, little James, who's Big's little brother, who runs Pitfall. Yeah, Kendall, who got about them $80,000 dogs from James. My God, James used to rap. Then James realized I make a lot more money selling dogs. You know what I'm saying? So
I ain't mad at him.
But me, James, God bless the dead, my man Frank, Fast Black, Rock D, aka Mr. Kryptonite, the guy that brought Kryptonite to Purple Ribbon, CeeLo from the Beat Bullies, and Nick. Me, CeeLo, and Nick all went to Morehouse. We were just James homies, you know, and we we were intent on doing something. You know, I was already rapping. Gigi them had already introduced me to rapping. I was already pressing up, you know, like Slumlord mixtapes. Me and my man Zach from Adamville. But I just didn't know how to. I didn't know how to formally get in the office and pitch anything. Big heard me rapping in CeeLo's basement and said, "Man, you raw and hard." He's like, "I'm gonna give you a record deal. We setting up something."
Yeah.
And you hear that, but by then, I'm getting a couple pounds out of East Hampton. I'm like, man, this shit might not work out. My dumb ass just dropped out of college. I had a baby. You know what I'm saying?
My God.
I'm like, boy, everything I did it all wrong.
Yeah.
But they did. They set it up, and he doubled back around. They put me on that DJ Clue Funkanella first.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, they had me on a couple more records, and here I go. The next thing I know, I was on the bus with Big and getting a call. He got a call from Jay-Z, and Jay-Z said, "I want you and that new kid y'all got on Poppin' Tags."
My God.
And Poppin' Tags, you know, the whole world, for what the whole world did for me in terms of commercially, like I got to thank Hov to this day, because he specifically asked for me. He was like, because I don't think that time Dre was in the right doing me in the feature. He said, "No, I want you and the kid y'all got over." He said, "Mike," because if you listen to it, I'm originally right behind Jay.
Yeah.
They put Twisted there. It's still like part of my verse. Now I really came. I came trying to tax ass on that too, because I'm like, you got to show up like this.
Okay, so now you already around the Icons Outkast, but then you get the call from Jay to come in there too.
Yeah,
so now you know you got to take it up north with it.
Yeah.
What was that like? And did you feel any pressure again to deliver, Killer?
Yeah, you have to, cause you in, you know, when people say that, like to say they the goats, you know, I want to be with the wolves.
Ooh.
You know, I've never envied or wanted to be around a goat. Like everybody I'm naming has gotten on tracks and white people. So my goal is to don't die and kill something.
Yeah, exactly.
I welcome it. You know,
the whole world, man. When that thing took y'all around the whole world and took you around the whole world for the first time, what was going through your mind at that time when you was thinking to yourself, I was a little kid in Adamsville, now I'm on this Grammy Award winning song and everybody knows my name, and I snapped on this thing too.
Yeah. I knew I had went. Like I knew I stole the show.
Yeah.
You know, and that ain't too braggadocious, but I knew I showed up. You know, it's like you can show up as a rookie. Terrell Owens don't do what he's supposed to do. You know what I mean? The quarterback will do what he's supposed to do. You got a chance as a tight end or another wide receiver or a linebacker to show up and act a fool and be the most talked about person the next morning. And I knew that's what the whole world gave me a chance to do. But taking me around the whole world, it showed me that I was thinking small even when I was thinking big. You know, when I was in Adamsville and Collier Heights, I was thinking Atlanta. I want Atlanta. Then you got in Atlanta, you're like, oh man, I want the South. And
I'm riding with you.
There's a whole world out there. Like I performed that song. That song showed me everything I could have on my own if I worked my ass off, because it wasn't mine. Now I was a part of it. I got the Grammy, but it's not mine.
Yeah.
I'm a part of it. I got to go to Italy and perform it, but that's not mine. I got to go to London, but it's not mine. You know what I'm saying? I got to do a whole national tour twice, but that's not mine. So I never been one of the guys. I'm not gonna pose with your money in the club or your ball in the bar.
Yeah.
You know, I've never been really comfortable with that.
I'm with you.
But you know, I don't begrudge you if you do.
Yeah.
Because it looked for a great picture, but I wanted mine. You know what I mean? I done got this woman. I done had some children.
Yeah.
You know, my grandparents raised me, so you know after. No matter how famous you was, my grandfather was what that check hitting for. You taking care of them babies.
Yeah.
You know, so for me, it was about that taking me around and getting a chance to tour at Outkast showed me that if I acted professionally, if I took care of myself, kept myself out of trouble, if I kept dropping dope records, if I kept not stopping, that I would get some measure of that. And it took me 10 years to get there. So you look at 2002, 2003 is when it sparks, but it doesn't catch for me until 2011, 2012. So that's a whole 8-year run of mixtapes, of indie, of not quite getting it right, or almost being now on underrated lists, things of that nature, the things that are, man, it's hell on your ego and your pride as an MC. But, you know, I knew, like them told my grandma when they brought me back in the trades, hey, man, he ain't good for nothing else. So, you know, he got to make this work, because, boy, either that, he too chubby to run, so he ain't going to be no good raw. You know?